Guys, today I'm going to explain Vaskal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai and all of its puberty syndromes. Let's start with what is puberty syndrome. Puberty or adolescence syndrome is a term used for strange occurrences experienced by teenagers during adolescence due to sensitivity and instability in their lives. Sakuta, our main character, is a young boy who is infamous in school for an incident called the hospitalization incident, where he supposedly sent 3 of his classmates to the hospital. Because of this, almost the whole school avoids him. Let's dive into the very first case of puberty syndrome featuring Mai Sakurajima. Mai Sakurajima is a famous teenage actress and model who's gone on a hiatus from showbiz because her mother forced her to photoshoot with swimsuit. Her wish of wanting to be forgotten by people was the reason of her syndrome. Though it initially started from school, she couldn't attend much school in the first year due to her work commitments made prior the hiatus, so she was isolated. Gradually, she began to be unseen by people. She would wear the bunny girl outfit and go to different locations to see if someone could notice her. That's when in a library she met Sakuta, who seemed to be the only person who could see her. This occurrence in the anime is much like the concept of Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat is a thought experiment by Erwin Schrödinger, where you put a cat which emits radiation inside a sealed box and a device which emits poisonous gas when it senses that radiation. Then you place the lid and wait 30 minutes. Common sense suggests that the cat is half alive and half dead. Its existence is not confirmed until an observer opens the box and confirms it himself. Maya was going through the exact same phase. People weren't observing her after she went on a hiatus, though I already mentioned earlier that it started from her school and spread around. Sakuta breaks the chain by expressing his love for Mai in front of the whole school, and that's when people began to observe her and her puberty syndrome comes to an end. Next in the queue is Tomohiko Ga, who is the Laplace's demon. Laplace's demon is an articulation by Pierre-Simon Laplace. This phenomena states that if someone has the complete knowledge of the position and momentum of every single atom in this universe, that someone can predict the events of past and future. This was the puberty syndrome of Koga. She could repeat the days that didn't work out for her until she finds a solution to it, like Maesawa asking her out. Just like Laplace's demon, she carefully predicted, planned, and performed her moves in an extraordinary way. Sakuta was entangled in this time looping because earlier in the anime they kicked each other's butts. They call it quantum entanglement. She was unwilling to accept the reality of the things around her and therefore unable to move forward. Her syndrome comes to an end when she confronts Sakuta after repeating several days and confesses her love for him. Though rejected, she gains confidence and accepts the reality and starts all over again. The third case of puberty syndrome features Ryo Futaba, a good friend to Sakuta, also the one who helps Sakuta deal with puberty syndrome occurrences with a scientific view. Her puberty syndrome is that she splits into two. By two, I mean her two different personalities in two different bodies. One who doesn't want to do anything about her situation and let things be, and one who desperately wants attention and do whatever it takes to achieve it. She relates this state of herself to quantum teleportation, where, say, if the information constructing Futaba is sent to other location by quantum entanglement, someone can perceive that information in the form of Futaba and observe her there. The main reason for this split up roots to her fear of losing her only two friends, Sakuta and Kunimi. To begin with, Futaba already had a low self-esteem. She got anxious when both Kunimi and Sakuta got girlfriends. She was scared that they would stop spending time with her and therefore created a Twitter account to feel acknowledged by anyone. The Futaba who wanted reactions on a Twitter account, who wanted to do something about a situation, and the Futaba who didn't like that meme to get attention, who didn't want to change anything because it might end up ruining everything, split up. When Kunimi came late at night when he hears Futaba in trouble, Futaba too realizes that she wasn't worthless to Kunimi and instead a valuable friend. And when Sakuta goes out in the pouring rain to find Futaba 1, regardless of his health condition, it showed her that she meant something important to him. Both these events showed Futabas that they weren't worthless and loved, and therefore leads them to join back together. Now comes Nodoka Toyahama, our favorite bunny girl Mai's half-sister. Compared to all the other syndromes, her puberty syndrome is somewhat simple as compared to other girls in the anime. She has an inferiority complex towards Mai, who is a very successful actor and model. Her mother always compared her to her elder sister and never praised her. She thought that her mother didn't love her. When Mai went on a hiatus, she finally made her debut as a part of an idol group called Sweet Bullet. As a result, her mother became somewhat nicer to her and praised her. But as soon as Mai came back to showbiz, her desperation increased. Nodoka always wanted to be just like Mai and wanted to do her work perfectly like she did and wanted to be praised by her mother. She desperately wanted to make her mother happy. She wanted her to praise her and smile at her. This desperation of Nodoka changed her appearance to Mai's. Futaba assumes it to be a form of quantum teleportation. She says that Nodoka took the blueprint of her sister's body for her own and observed it for herself, therefore changing her appearance to Mai Sakurajima's. She also says that Mai's change of appearance was because she might have been a little jealous of her little sister. In the end, Mai tells Nodoka that her mother's hand was trembling after the concert and that she felt uneasy the whole time seeing her do everything to meet her expectations, that she was worried if Nodoka was happy this whole time. Nodoka realized that she is loved by her mother and decides that she would make her happy in her own way by being herself. Her desire to be like her sister goes away and their appearances changed back to normal. The last and final case for this video is of our beloved panda girl, Kaede Azusagawa. Kaede is the younger sister of Sakuta and also the first among all the characters to develop puberty syndrome. She was cyberbullied on the internet for not replying to a message, and one day after coming back from school, she started developing bruises and cuts on her body. She didn't leave her apartment for a whole 2 years. The twist in Kaede's story was that she also lost her memories because she badly wanted to forget about what had happened to her. She did so in order to protect herself from being completely broken. This time, to our surprise, we don't have any scientific explanation for Kaede's syndrome from Futaba. Her syndrome was that whenever she tried to socialize or interact with people, she developed bruises and cuts on her body. She even gets sick because of it. She lost all of her memories to boot. After 2 whole years, she realized that she needs to do something about a situation, that she could not always be like that, and decides to put in some effort. She makes a list of tasks to do for the year, from answering a phone call to going to school. Gradually, she completes those tasks one by one, and as a result, her syndrome began to cure. She started to become social and her old memories began to return. Her syndrome comes to an end when she is successful in interacting with the outer world, making good memories, and fighting with her fear, thanks to all the people around her. She understands that not everyone is bad and there are good people in the world, and finally being able to go to school, though it was at night, but she still conquered it. And so the next morning, she gained all her old memories but lost all her new memories from the time she had developed her puberty syndrome. Guys, that's all to it. I really hope you guys understood my explanation. It really took me a long time and tough efforts to make this video. Do tell me in the comments section if this video helped you or not. Do like and subscribe to my channel if you think I did good. I'll be right back soon. Till then, sayonara.